Today we are in our second lecture. In the first lecture we have discussed about the importance of this course and how we can use the Python and statistics in financial analysis. Today we are going to do some practical which is related to the outline of our course we have discussed, and we will start using some Python essential packages. So first of all, this is the training lab today, and we will go from the stages of an absolute beginner. So don't worry if you do not have any idea about Python. I will start everything from the basic. So let me start my training lab. I have also written the outcomes of this practical lab and what are the things we are going to learn. But this is about live coding. This class is basically linked to live coding. Everything will be performed in front of you, and we will be doing live practical. If there is an error, we will be solving the errors on the same time. So if you don't have anything with you, so don't worry, just take the laptop and we will set up everything from the start. So let me start. First of all, I will go towards command prompt, and I will recommend everyone to follow the same steps. And for making the environment, as I have told you earlier, that we will be programming in Python and the environment would be this Jupyter notebook. So for using this environment, we have to go towards command prompt and we have to write pip install and in Jupyter. So Jupyter notebook is an environment of Python which on which the code is executed at the same time. You write the code and you execute it in the same line. I have already installed Jupyter notebook in my computer. It will take a few seconds to complete the installation. So the Jupyter notebook is installed. I am closing this command prompt, and the files we are going to work now, I will tell you how to download the file and how to start working. So first of all, you have to go to google.com, and Google you will write GitHub. I have uploaded all the things on my GitHub. You can find GitHub Syed Umaid Ahmed, and you will click on this top link, Raspberry Pi Pakistan, and in this link you will go towards repositories, and in the repositories section you will search Python and statistics for financial analysis. Your Python and statistics in financial analysis, you will click this. If you don't find, you can find in the search bar. So it is on the top, and the thing you have to do is to click this code button and download this repository. It is the lab task and homework for the week 1. So we will download it. And when you click the download button, you can see the repository is downloaded. And so let me move towards my C drive, and in my C drive I will make a new folder. So first I will make the new folder and I call it as Python. Let me write the name Python classes, and I will extract this to the path of my folder. So I am click on extract button, and now in the C drive I will find my folder Python class, and I will extract it. It is extracted. Let me go towards Python classes folder. You can see here is the folder, and it is the lab task and homework of week 1. These are two files named as Facebook and Microsoft. So first thing, you don't have to look at the solution. You have to look at the solution or the whole solution of your homework after my class. But in this class we will do live coding. So I will directly click on this part, erase all the things and write CMD. The command prompt will be opened automatically, and now I am opening the environment Jupyter Jupyter notebook. Jupyter notebook, and in the Jupyter notebook I will not write anything. I will just write Jupyter notebook and click on and press enter. When I will press enter, I have installed Jupyter in front of you. You will see this some kind of home page will open. You will click on the new button and click on the Python 3 because we are going to write all the code of Jupyter in our Python 3 environment. So this is your first day of coding, and today we will learn a lot of things, a lot of interesting things. So first of all, I am going to explain you what I am going to do. First of all, I will import a package. Let me zoom this Jupyter environment so you can see all the things in front of you. So it is zoom right now, and I hope that you can see all the things. So first of all, I will import the package that will help me to read these Excel file. I will work on the Excel file of Facebook. Okay, so no need to open it, but I will start working on this file directly from here. So I will write import pandas as pd. This will help me to read my CSV file which is just downloaded from my GitHub. So I will run it. For running this code in Jupyter Notebook, you can press the run button or you can press shift plus enter. So I will click on this and you can see a star. When this star is converted into a number, means the code or your cell has been executed. Now first of all, I am making a variable. You all know how to make variable in Python, and I am writing in this variable I am using this pandas function. Now I will read the CSV file. So there is a function read underscore CSV. What this function will do, this function has the ability to read your CSV file. Now I will see the name of this CSV file is Facebook, so I will write in inverted commas Facebook, and the extension of this file is .csv. Now it will read the CSV file, but this pd.readcsv, I am going to add one more argument, that is index column, index underscore col. What this index column will do, we will discuss it later in the next execution of cells. Let it remains here. So what is pd.readcsv is doing? pd.readcsv is basically reading the Excel file. An index column is used for something, for assigning the 0, 1, 2 values to the columns available in the file. Leave it. First of all, I am going to run this, and by pressing the run button or shift plus enter, so all this Excel file, this complete big 58 KB Excel file is now saved in this variable named as FB. So I will not see this Excel file and I have nothing to do with it, because we know Python, and using Python we can do everything. Now what I am going to do, first of all, I will see the first 5 rows of this Excel file. So I am writing fb.head and brackets, empty brackets. Now I will press the run button. You can see the first 5 rows of this Excel file are in front of us. So this Excel file consists of columns named as date, open, high, close. These are basically the stock file of Facebook. These are showing the stock prices, the closing price of the day, the adjacent closing price, or the volume. If we want to see the last 5 rows of this Excel file, I suggest you to write fb.tail. For seeing the first 5 rows you can write fb dot head. For checking the last 5 rows you can write fb dot tail. So let us run this fb dot tail and see. So I have run this. You can see the last 5 rows consist of the data of 2018. So it is starting from 2014 and the last 5 rows consist of this data. Now I will move forward and now we will see if we want to describe all these column, means if you want to find the mathematical terms of mean of the column, median of the column, standard deviation, minimum value, maximum value, percentiles, 25% of the column, 60% of the value, 75% of the values, that I'll call it percentiles. I have told you in the earlier course. But if you want to calculate all the things of these columns, you can write fb.describe. It will compute the necessary mathematical terms of all the columns for you in less than a second. So I will press on the run button and you can see it has calculated the count. 780 is the count, mean, median, mean, standard deviation, maximum value, minimum value, or 25 percentile or 50 percentile or 75 percentile of all the columns. Now if you want to calculate the shape, how many rows and columns exist in this Excel file, so let me run it and we can find the rows and columns. So there are 780 rows and 6 columns. You can see there are 6 columns available and the raw number of rows are 780, and you can verify it because you have seen the count of all the values in open is 780. So basically it is telling us the number of rows. So I want to tell you one thing. You just have used head function for checking the first 5 rows. If you want to see 10 rows, first 10 rows, so you can write fb.head and you can give an argument in the column. By giving an argument in the column, you can now see more than 5 rows. I have written 10 as an argument. Now I can see 10 rows. You can see the output in front of you. It is showing the first 10 rows of our data set. Hope you are enjoying the lecture. Let us move towards some functions in Python. Let us move towards some interesting and important functions of Python in this lecture. Now you have seen there are data of years 2015, 18. You have got that the starting rows consist of 2014 data and the ending rows consist of data of 2018. In Python we have the concept of slicing. You know what is slice? So let me explain you. Slicing means to cutting it down. What is mean by slicing? You have listened this in English language, the word of slicing, or you know about what is slice. So basically slicing is cutting the data down into 2 pieces. So suppose this is some data written and we are cutting it down according to our requirement. So if we have seen there is a data of 2014, 15 and 18. Suppose someone asks me to cut or to cut down, or you can also call it as separate the data of 2015. Someone asked me that in all these 780 rows available and 6 columns, you have to cut down the data of 2015. So this concept is known as slicing in Python. But before doing slicing, I want to teach you a function which is known as LOC, the location function. Let us move towards my slide, and I have told you how to import the data in data frame, how to find the rows and columns first and last, how to describe the details. Now I am telling you how to use this LOC function. LOC is basically deciding or catching or capturing any term by its label. So you can see 19.7 written here, is label is low, and it is written 19.19, it is under the label of close, and you can see from the rows it is under the label of 2015. Now I am showing you, telling you, teaching you one thing, that how we can slice the data in Python. Now I am making another variable. Now it is FB, not FB. The variable is FB. Now it's my own variable 2015. Now in this variable, from the whole data, I will slice the data of 2015. So where is the whole data? So you all know the whole data is stored in FB. Now I will write here FB, and I am slicing the data by using label. So I will use the function LOC. What this LOC will do, it is used in square brackets. Now I am going to slice the data between two dates. Now I am writing in front of you the first date of 2015. So I am writing 2015 and 01 and 01. So I want to slice the data of 1st January of 2015, first date, first month of 2015 to, now I am using column. Now I want the whole 2015, so I am slicing it from 1st January till the 31st December. So I am writing 12 as a month, 31 as the date. So what will happen in this variable of FB 2015, we have the complete data, and all the rows consisting of this 2015 will cut down and stored in this variable. This method, this concept in Python is known as slicing. So FB 2015 is created right now, and you can see this slice data as well by using FB 2015 dot head, and I'm sure it will show you all the values of 2015 right now. You can see it very clearly. It has shown you the first 5 rows, because head function shows only the first 5 rows. The main thing is that if you see it closely, all the dates are the dates of 2015. So if you want to capture only this date, suppose someone came to me and said, Umaid, I want the details of only this date. I'm not interested in whole 2015. I'm interested in a single date. Please tell me the value of open, the high, the close, the low only on this date. Now what I will do? So I will again use the function of log. So I am using print, and I am writing FB 2015, and FB 2015 I am writing again dot LOC. And in this LOC, last time we have sliced the main FB, and now I am slicing FB 2015, and I want to print only one date. Suppose I am again making a square bracket, and someone comes to me and asks me, please calculate, please tell us the open, high, low and close value of the date of 16 March 2015. So I'm writing 2015, third month is the month of March, and I am writing 16. And I forgot one thing, that is single inverted commas. Now it will show me, if I run this cell, it will show me the data of open, high, low, the row, the complete row on only the date of 2016 March. Now I will run it. You can see it has shown me all the values of the particular date. Now I hope that you got the idea what is LOC and what is meant by selection by label. Label is the tag on which the under which the data comes on. Now the another thing I want to teach you is that selection by iLog. What is iLog? iLog is the selection, but iLog is known as the selection by position. We call it hash is a comment in Python. It will not be executed as the code. iLog again, so you got the idea. iLog is the selection by position. Suppose go towards our main data, which is in FB, and you can see in FB I want this value. Which value? 20.4. I want this value, so I want to give iLog the position is of this value, and iLog do this for me automatically. So what is this position? 0 and 0. This is the 0th row and this is the 0th column. They both intersect at this, and we will got the value of 20.4. So let me do a practical in front of you so you can get the proper idea. fb.ilog, and I am doing it in the main data set, and I am not using inverted commas for position. So 0, 0, and I am sure it will give the answer of 20.4. Suppose someone comes to me and said to me, Umayyad, give us the position of this. So I will do iLog again. So last time we have used 0, 0. Now I will use 0, 1, 2. This is 2 in column, and row in rows is 0 or 1. So we will write 1 row and column number 2, 1, 2. So let me do it again for you, and I will write print fb.ilog, and I will write 1, 2, and you can see it has printed 19.8. See here it is 19.8, 0th column, 0th row, first row number 1, and the column 0, 1, 2, 1, 2 it has printed. So I am now 100% sure that you understand what is the selection by position using iLog, and you also understand what is the selection by label.log. Now I will show you some of more interesting things about the usage of iLog, selection by position. So suppose that someone wants to get the opening price, the price of the last row, the opening price of the last row. You can see you have written fb.tail. So there is a column known as opening, high, low. So if someone comes to me and asks me that please give me the opening price of the last row, okay, so we have written here fb.tail, and the last row consists of 2 to 7, and these are the last 5 rows according to this tail function. So how we can find it? Using fb.ilog, means selection by position. So see it clearly, I am writing the same fb.ilog, but in this ilog, for the last row, for the first row you write 0, for the second row you write 1, for the last row always remember you have to write -1. -1 means to go in the reverse direction, and the last opening price of the last row. So he has said to find the opening price. So what is the column number of open? So the open is the column 0. So we will write here 0 and it will automatically show 227 as our answer. So we have verified our concept of using the I location, means position by label. We can find the any row, first row, second row, middle row, last row. So if someone asks me to go towards row number 652 using ilog and tell me the value of all columns, not the value of opening column only. If someone came to me and tell me to that go towards row number 652, and after going towards row number 652, after 652 print all the columns. So I will write here fb.ilog, and in this ilog, now I am not printing, I am telling you how to do it. Someone came to me and tell me, Umaid, after row number 652 print all the rows and the values of all columns. So I will write here 652, and after 652 I want to print all. I will put here a mark of colon. This is the syntax of Python. If we write 652 and column, it will take all the values in the data set after 652. Write comma, and he don't want me to print the opening value, he want to print all the columns. He print all the columns. So what I will do, I will just write nothing here. I will do add a colon here. Colon means to print all the columns. We are not specifying that print the first column, the opening column, the second column, the third column. I am asking print all. So I will run this piece of code, and after the row number 652 it has printed everything, and you always know it has printed 128 rows, and you know how many rows were present. 780 rows were in total, and if you minus 652 from 780 you will get 128, and check it, it has given 128 rows. How mathematical our Python code is, how calculated we are going, and how excellent we are learning. So let us move forward, and now we have sliced the data of 2015. Now I want to do one thing very interesting, one thing very amazing. We have the data, we know how to slice, we know how to select any value by position, we know how to execute the value by label. Now I am telling you one more interesting thing. There are many columns. I want to plot the column of a certain year. Suppose someone came to me and tell me that Umaid, plot the value of close column, but take only the dates of 2017. I am repeating, Umaid, please plot, make a graph of the column of close, but please print only the values of the year 2016. How I can do that in Python? So let us write the for plotting any function. I am writing matplotlib dot py plot as plt, and matplotlib.py plot as plt, and for visualizing the graph, for giving the size of the graph, because I want it to be displayed on screen in good size. So we have the function in this library. You don't have to remember it. You can find all things in the internet. You have to remember the logics and techniques I am using. I am writing figure size. You can give any figure size you want, in which you are satisfied. You can write anything. Okay, so 10,8. Now I am writing the main thing, which is the code. Suppose someone came to me and said, Umair, print all the values of closed columns. Not print, visualize all the values of closed column in a graph. The closing stock prices in a graph, but please only plot the dates of 2015 or 16, not all. So what I am using, I am combining three strategies here. Please remember, the first strategy is to use a log function. Log function is to plot, is to cut the data, is to access the data by using the label assigned to them. So I am going to the main data, which is FB, and I am writing log. What is meant by log? Log will take, we will do slicing in log. So he has asked me to please took all the data under the labels of 2016. So I am writing here 2016, and 2016 I am going to the first date, 1st January 2016. It is the stock data, please be careful with it. And I am taking the last date of 2016. So in the last date of 2016 is 31st December. I have sliced the data by label and which column I want to plot. Now this time I will add another comma after slicing, after writing the slicing dates. And you all have remember, I have already told you how to slice in this step. So I am not storing it in another variable right now. I am just plotting it, and after slicing I have written a comma and which column you want to plot. So after slicing these dates, I want only the value of the column of close, CLOSE, close. Now what I am doing is, after writing position by label and the slicing technique, I will write a function plot, plot. What this will plot do? This plot will cut down all the values of 2016 from the data, and in front of the values it do not take all the column, it only consider the column of close and plot the result. What this plt.show will do? Plt.show will show you a very beautiful graph of this plot. Let me run this code so you can see the output. So I have written all the things, and let us wait for the output. It hasn't shown us the output, so I have missed one thing. If you want to see the output in this Jupyter notebook, you have to add percentage sign and write some syntax of matplotlib library. Matplotlib, you have to write line. Line. Now I will run this. It will slice the data and show and take the value of the close column with respect to data and give us a beautiful plot. Now you can see on your screen, this is the data of 2016 plotted beautifully on the graph. And this data, where is this data comes from? This data comes from only from the column of close. If someone asks me that please plot the data of 2015, so now it is very easy for me. I will go here and write the same again, fb.log, and someone is asking me to plot the data of 2015, so I will write 2015 1st January and 2. It will ask me to go to a 2015 12th month and 31st December, and now I want to again see the values of close column or open column, whatever I like. I write here close and I will write dot plot. No need to write matplotlib function plt dot show again and again. Now what this line will do, this line will plot the data of 2015. Now I'm running this code and you can see this is the data of 2015 stock market, the closing dollars, the closing prices, and this is the data of 2016, the closing prices. I hope that you are getting the very clear idea, the very proper understanding how to plot the data. Now I am going to do something very amazing. Now what I will do, I will plot the data of 2015, 2016 and 2017, three of all on the same graph. Now let me do it. I am doing in front of you. I will copy this by using Control C, and this is the command for plotting the slice data of 2015. Now below this line in the same cell I will write the area of the, I will write the code for plotting the data of 2016 as well, and by using my keyboard I will write the strategy of slicing 2017 from the main data as well. Now what I am going to do, I am going to write the market stock rate of 3 years and plotting them all on a single graph by simply writing all the commands in the same cell. So I am considering only the closing price, the means the column of close. If you want to plot any column, you just have to change the name. Now I am working on the data of working on the data of Facebook. Now when I run this column, it will, when I run this cell, it will plot, it will take the data of 2015, 16 and 17 and plot them all on a single graph. Let me run this and you can see a very beautiful output. You can see all the data is plotted. There is the data of 2015 and 16 and 17 all plotted on the same graph. It has taken the months of 2015, 16 and 17, and the blue part is the closing date of the 2015 and 16. In the month of 2016, the first month, there is orange line, and for the month of 2017 there is the green line. So it has taken all the dates and plotted one of them on the top of other. So this graph shows that the stock prices of the Facebook will have a drastic change in the months of 2017. If you can see, in 2015 it is on low price on 25, and around 2016 it has increased a little bit, but in 2017 it goes to the next level, which is 100 or greater than 100. Thank you. Now in the next lecture we will discuss more functions to extract the data, to cut the data, and find some terms related to stock, related to the trading, related to the stock market analysis, related to making a financial trading strategy or the good trading strategy or a trading model with Python. Thank you.